The cold hard truth of engineering is that the majority of the thousands of hours you spent every single semester studying for these classes is completely useless for your career development. For example, you could literally ask a materials scientist engineer and he'll tell you that he's never used Laplace transform or circuit theories after graduation. Why? Because it doesn't line up. So would it make sense for him to study to get an A+ in these classes when he was in university? No, absolutely not. So I wish somebody had told me this before, but stop optimizing for your report card and your cute little A+, because that shit ain't gonna get you nowhere. It's not gonna get you your dream position. So what you should be focusing on is specialized skill development. Alright, so let's think about this logically. If you were a hiring manager, what would you want in your employees, and what would you want from future employees that were coming in? What would you want? Use your brain. You would obviously want someone who knows what the heck they're doing, right? You want someone that has been in this type of field before, who has had experience with this type of work, so that you could spend less time training them so that they could get automatically on the job and up and away doing the type of work that they're meant to do. So if you don't agree with this, let me ask you a similar question, all right? What would you rather have? Would you rather have a pilot who has flown for 10 years and has never crashed? Or would you rather have an A+ student who has just graduated out of pilot school and has never flown a plane before? What would you rather have? You'd obviously want that pilot with experience. So what I'm trying to emphasize here is that experience is much greater, much greater than the type of knowledge you get from university, right? Because even though it is specialized engineering that you've took in university, it's still general for the type of industry that you're desired to go into. And another example is that if you want to get good at driving, you're not going to read a ton of books on how to get good at driving. You're going to get out there and drive a freaking car, right? You're going to want to get a feel for the wheel and for the brakes and for the acceleration pedal, right? You're going to want to be more experienced from doing the actual thing that you're practicing for. So once again, experience is far greater than knowledge, although knowledge is also very important. So what I'm trying to say here is, you're trying to look for an internship. You're trying to look for an internship because that's what's going to get you an easier sort of flow towards your dream job, because you've already got experience in the industry as an engineer. School itself isn't enough. That's literally the bare minimum. Okay? It's literally the number one most valuable experience that you could do while you're in school. But now you're probably asking, it's not easy to get one. So how do you get one? How do you get that internship offer? You have to take initiative. And most of you aren't going to like that piece of advice because you like just sitting around and being told what to do, but you have to take initiative and you have to develop those specialized skills that are not being taught in school. Those specialized skills that are going to be needed for what your desiring position is to go into, right? It just makes sense. So what you can do is you can go on Indeed, Glassdoor, or wherever you look for jobs, and you can look for that desired position that you're trying to get into. And then once you found it, you can look at those required skills that are needed. And then once you've got those, you're going to implement some of your time to develop them. And then once you have developed those, you can make personal projects. And those personal projects will be physical proof that you actually know what you're doing in this type of skill setting. This is what's called specialized skill development. And this specialized skill development can be used for this application trifecta, which consists of the portfolio, the resume, and cover letter. These three are very important, and when used together correctly, it can be very easy to get that internship that you're desiring. So the portfolio, what it does is it visually showcases the work that you've done in the past. This is where most of your personal projects are going to be, from those specialized skills that you've got. And then we've got the resume, which displays your hard skills, your soft skills, as well as any sort of experience you've had in the past. Whether it could be retail work or it could be some group project that you've done in school, whatever sort of experience, that's where it's going to be. And then your cover letter is going to be your personal pitch to the recruiters who are trying to hire you. That's going to be using these past two tools, the portfolio and the resume. You're going to refer to them in your cover letter, and then you're going to talk about it in the cover letter to the hiring manager in a personalized way, as if you're talking to the company. That's your personal pitch. So the only way to develop this thing, if you're in school, you've got to sacrifice some time, right? You know, as engineers, we've got like 6 classes every semester. We don't got time to make this type of stuff if we're 100% focused on those classes and getting 100%, like I said before. You got to sacrifice some time for the report card, okay? The report card's not going to be that important once you graduate. That's just the truth, okay? So it might be a bit of an ego hit to lower your GPA or whatever, but this stuff right here, right at the top, that's what's going to be important. That's what's going to get you your dream internship, your dream position, right? So focus on that. Focus on that. Stop trying to get straight A's, okay? No hiring manager that I know of, at least, cares about that. So this is the exact framework that I actually teach inside of my paid course, which is defining a desired position, building the technical skills, developing the personal projects, applying to jobs, which is going to include the application trifecta that I mentioned earlier, and acing the interview, which is something that I didn't talk about in this video. But this is the exact thing that I guide my students through inside of my course. So I guide them step by step on how to get their desired internship so that they could develop their specialized skills and then further on get their desired position after they graduate. Okay, so this is the type of stuff that I be teaching inside of that course. There's also a community where you could talk to fellow engineers and you could get feedback on your resumes and cover letters and design portfolios. I also got templates for the cover letter, the resume, and the design portfolio. And as well, I teach you how to make those things. So I could help you out and guide you if you click the link down in the description. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.